So we'll do the 3, 2, 1. I love the sound of this room.
It's not the best for a band.
It's
Uh,
it's Hackfish HQ.
This is like Hackfish HQ. Yeah.
What is Hackfish?
What is Hackfish? Hackfish can be anything, man, to you.
There are no wrong answers.
There's no real wrong answers.
There are no answers.
Unless it's whack.
What is Hackfish? Now that's one of the more interesting and strange questions I've ever tried to answer about the Sunshine Coast. Hackfish. I mean, literally speaking, Hackfish is a magazine from the brains and the hands of this guy.
My name is Tyler. That's it. My name is Tyler. My name's Tyler Lepore. I live in Orbs Creek.
So, about this time last year, Tyler got into a van, drove around the coast, and dropped off a bunch of bizarre, hacked up, painted, welded, messed around with old newspaper boxes, and just dotted the landscape with them on the side of the highway, deep in the woods, next to some shops. Each of those newspaper boxes, if you figured out what they were and opened them up, contained stacks of Hackfish Magazine, Volume 1. Now, when I say magazine, I mean something that you're not going to find at London Drugs, right? It's more of an art project than anything else. It's something very zine-like. It's a collection of stories, photos, essays, collages, drawings, interviews. There's stuff in there made by kids, stuff made by grown-ups. It's full of user submissions, lots of Tyler's own writings. Put together, it really is a freak show of a rag in the best possible way. A freak show showcase of some of the more creative personalities that are on the Sunshine Coast. And so now, Volume 2 of Hackfish Mag is about to drop. So, what is Hackfish? Where does that come from? And how does one hack the coast anyway? And why is Tyler doing this? What drives him to want to put this out to the world? I'm Dominic Gerard. Welcome back to Secret Sunshine, the podcast about the folks who make the most of living on the Sunshine Coast. In this episode, Tyler's hack job. Hey, listen, I'm trying something a little different this season. As often as I possibly can, I am producing video versions of this podcast. The video version of this episode with Tyler and Hackfish is there for you to watch on YouTube if you're not already there, if you're just listening to me with your earballs instead of looking at me with your eyeballs. So go check it out. Grab a link in the show notes. Find the link at secretsunshine.ca. And let me know what you think. It's another adventure for the show, another way to connect with you, another thing to learn how to do well. Hopefully I'm doing well. Do let me know. Now, this episode of Secret Sunshine is sponsored by Nico Coastal Homes. That's Nicole Arnett. She's one of the top real estate agents here on the Sunshine Coast, and she is here to show you the best that the Sunshine Coast has to offer. Nico's also a great friend of mine, so I may be a little biased, but honestly, meet with Nico. You'll fall for her charm instantly and be excited to work with her if you're trying to buy or sell here on the Sunshine Coast. I'll check in with Nicole a little later in the episode, but for now, find out more about her at nicolearnett.ca. Grab a link in the show notes to the episode. That's Nico Coastal Homes. Thanks for sponsoring the show. If someone hasn't seen Volume 1, I think it's worth mentioning that it has a real sort of zine quality to it. There's lots of collage work in there, weird layouts from a guy who says he doesn't know how to lay out a magazine anyway.
Well, I don't know the computer. It's all just cut and paste. So it's just photos and collage that I did with my kids. Then I had a good help from my local friend group here that, helped me produce a magazine if I needed some writing that didn't suck, which was anything but my, I need stuff that's not my writing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to get writing and reach out to people if no one has seen or heard of your magazine.
Well, especially if they ask you what's it about and you're
Lots of people ask me what it was about. They're like, what is it about? And I was like, It's like the Coast Reporter on acid.
Yeah,
That was like a short answer.
Yep, that helps.
Or I said it's like if I was trying to be polite so I could like put it in someone's shop. I was like, it's an arts and culture magazine with like some kid stuff. It's just a coast rag that's just like, if you live on the coast, hopefully like there's a few things in the magazine that like hits for you.
Do you think you are like deliberately analog about everything? That itself is saying something?
I love tactile things. I love touching paper, and I don't want to read an e-tablet. I want to read a magazine. I want to hold a book. I want to flip the pages. I just don't have any interest in trying to provide this to the digital realm. It's like, it's not the same. You have to find a Hackfish box and open the box, man, and start your hack journey on your own.
Yeah.
You know, only you can walk through that threshold and really start your own process to hack. So for me, I mean, I got all these old boxes from the Coast Reporter. They were giving them away.
How did that come about? You're like, you know what I need? Or more like,
well, it was dope because I knew I wanted to do the mag. I was like, okay, I'm going to do a magazine. So I started doing a magazine, and I had been saving up.
Let's set this up for a second. Like with volume 1 and of course with volume 2, you have old newspaper boxes that have been hacked out. We'll talk about those in a second.
Yeah.
You distribute them all over the community.
Yeah.
And it's like, go get them. And when they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone.
That's the context. So how did that even come about? You said it was real dope how it happened.
Well, I do metal fab, like we said.
Yeah.
So at first, I drew like a full drawing of these boxes that I was going to get laser cut.
It's a whole other project.
It was insane. Yeah. The scope was like way too big for what I was really going for. I mean, I'm laying out like an 88-page magazine by myself and trying to do all this like distribution. A friend, I think, just hit me up and he's like, yo, have you seen the Coast Reporter? Like, check this ad out. It says free newspaper boxes. So I met up with this dude who works for the Coast Reporter, this guy, Robbie. He's cool.
In a back alley somewhere? No.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, great.
And I was like, yo, man, I'll take all of them.
Big respect for Coast Reporter.
I got love for Coast Reporter, big time.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, cool. Take them. They're all pretty messed up. Like all the Lexan was broken and none of the doors didn't close. Like they were just, you know, a bunch of spiders and it was gross. So I got all these boxes and I just started fabbing them, man. Like I got rid of all the Lexan, wire wheel of rust off and put in new springs. So the doors closed and siliconed all the holes up. And some of them been like thrown off of cliffs and stuff by like teenagers or like lit on fire. So you know, it was a lot of work, man. You know, it took me a couple months.
They were pretty hacked up.
They were super hacked up.
Yeah.
I had to cut the bottoms off a bunch. And as soon as I got the boxes, I was like, this is a huge part of the puzzle.
It's on.
It's on. I got like 16 of them.
Yeah.
And then got them to where they were kind of legit. And then just started painting them with my kids and painting them with my friends. And they're all different, but they all had some type of uniform piece, which is the top. It's kind of a weird shape. It's called the Roaring Horse logo. And it's like, it's the Hackfish kind of mascot.
Yeah.
It's like it's a horse body rearing up with a trout head.
No big deal.
Yeah, the Roaring Horse.
Yeah.
Is what we call it at home.
I mean, I remember the one box I first saw was on the side of the highway, I think at Lower Road.
Yeah, by the cemetery.
Yeah. And it had like a symbol on it.
Yeah, that was the one the kids could play.
Had musical instruments on it. So, and it worked. I was like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, a lot of people saw that one.
Yeah.
My friend Derek did that one with his kids. And there was like a xylophone on the top and some cymbals.
And it was empty when I got there.
They were all empty, man. I was getting, people were sending me constant messages like, I went to this box, it's out. I went to this box, it's out. I went to this box, it's out.
How many copies did you print in the first run?
Only 1,500.
Okay. And they were gone in what, 6 minutes? I don't know.
They could have been gone in probably 4 days.
You have no way of knowing, really, I suppose.
But it was, I mean, I drove around for 2 days and in 3 days, I think I spent over $400 in diesel just driving up and down the coast.
Setting boxes down and filling them with mags.
Like I would put 80 mags in the box at IGA and Gibson's, and I would get a text 3 hours later being like, box is empty.
Wow.
I'd be like, what? I just filled it up. So then I go back.
The IGA box didn't live very long at the IGA, though.
No, they weren't too down, which is cool. I get it. I like locked it to this weird pole, and there was like a card on all the boxes that said like, you know, kind of corporate. Well, it's corporate for me. It was like, if this box is in a location that you don't like, please let our office know. And it's like my cell phone number.
Thanks.
And then I even changed my voicemail on my cell phone to like, hey, you've reached Hackfish Magazine. Like, we're out of the office at the moment, so please just leave a message and one of our employees will get back to you.
Yeah.
And then it labeled the boxes, so it felt kind of pro. So IGA was like, there's a box locked on our property. It needs to be removed. It's box number, you know, I think I labeled them like, you know, like 25 or like 0081 or something.
Right.
Like corporate.
Right.
And she's like, I don't know, it's box this. And I'm like, oh, okay, one of our employees will be right there to remove it. And then I just unlocked it. And someone had put a huge ice cream cone on the top of it, and it had just like melted all down the box. I just was, as soon as I saw it, I was just like laughing.
Well, what did that box look like?
That box was weird. That box was like, the front of it has these jail bars on it that have been like, it looks like someone grabbed the bars and like hulked them, kind of just like, raw, like ripped them open.
Yeah.
And then there's like these orange stripes that go like all over the box.
Okay.
Kind of like hazmat meets like jail vibe.
Okay.
And then over that whole box was like this big mesh cage. So there's definitely like adults that would just walk up to the box and be like, just look at it for like a minute.
And you were watching them.
Oh yeah. And they would just be like, nope, like I am not getting what's in there. Some people didn't even know it was some of them looked so weird. People did not know that they were boxes.
Wow.
Like they were just like, what is it? And I was like, dude, it's got a handle and everything.
Yeah.
So we started having to kind of dumb them down.
You had to dumb them down.
Well, like at least write like pull or like, then I started being like, okay, it's got to say free really big somewhere. And it's got to say Hackfish Mag.
Yeah.
People just aren't, you know, like they don't compute. Like I'd watch some people walk by and I'm like, how did you not see that? Or like look at it. Like it just blows my mind.
I wonder if that says something about what you said earlier, though, about the physical world and the digital world, that maybe we don't, I'm going too far here and I could be wrong, but maybe some of us don't remember how to interact with surprise in the real world anymore.
100%.
You think?
People don't, it just, there's so many questions.
Yeah.
Like what, like you look at the magazine, you open it up, there's not one ad in it. Like the editor is not even my name. It's just some random name I made up. You know, it's like, if you take time to read it, I want to say it's cool and enlightening and promotes, you know, healthy whatever in our community.
I would say reading a magazine, reading volume 1, getting through it, it's a journey that you go on. And when you're at the end of the journey, you're not sure what journey you were just on.
Yeah.
But you definitely were on something.
Like some people just, like there was this one guy that emailed me and all he did was point out all the spelling mistakes in the magazine. And I just was like, what a great email. Like nothing about like if he liked it or hated it or like where he got it. It was like, he just got right down to brass tacks. He was like, this word is misspelled. This word is misspelled. This sentence was like a run-on sentence.
Tell me you have a letter to the editor in volume 2 of him.
Oh, dude. There's some emails where I should have kept. I just like laughed and chuckled.
Yeah. Okay, so you're watching the IGA box in particular to see how people are interacting with it. Did you get any kind of rush when you saw someone reach in for the first time and pull something out?
Yeah, I got a rush when people looked at the box and pulled out a mag. I was stoked. I was super excited.
Yeah.
You know, some people would just take it and just fold it in half like you do with like a newspaper and walk away. Some people would thumb through it and put it back.
Huh. I love this visual you just had of like, okay, so it's a free magazine and there's something really weird and quirky going on. And someone pulls the mag out, flips through it, and on the spot says, not for me. And they put it back in.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Depends on what you're like as a person.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But like, you know, there's 2 pages in the magazine called Naked Cord.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know,
this is people, I mean, they're tastefully censored.
Totally.
But it's naked people standing in front of cords of wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
It was just another quirky coast thing for me where I was like, firewood here is just like gold. You know, like if you have dry fur, you were like, God.
But what
Like,
were you like, you know what we need to do? You know what this needs? Like, how does
this
that?
is like what I would scheme about, you know, like when I'm coming up with ideas for the magazine, it's just stuff that hits for me.
Yeah.
One, it's because like being naked is cool and normal and people think it's nuts. And two, there's something about posing in front of your wood that's like a source of just, it's so ridiculous. That was just one of the things, for example, that maybe if you saw that, you had no context about this magazine, and that's the first couple pages you flip to.
Yeah.
The mag might hit a little different.
You might want to put it back in the box or not.
You got to take the time. You got to dig into it a bit.
Yeah. Does Naked Cord survive into volume 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
Didn't get as many submissions, but
yeah,
that's to be expected.
Yeah.
But if you send us in a Naked Cord pick, you get a free Hackfish t-shirt.
There you go.
So, and everyone knows you're going to have a tight cord. If you don't think it's fun and you look at the magazine, I don't even know what kind of person you are. I had a couple people, like I had someone in Davis Bay just like shredding magazines. Every time I put a stack in this one box, they would just shred it, dip it in the water, like dip it in the ocean maybe, and just like dude, 88 pages, just like rip it in half. And I was like, whoa, you gotta be mad to rip apart 88 pages of paper in one go.
Wow.
And they would just fill the box up with just like, ripped mags, and I was like, whoa. And then I just posted it on my social media account. I was like, careful, everyone in Davis Bay, there's like a human with low self-esteem in the area, so just be cautious of them. I just was tripping out. I'm like, wow, like this free magazine is getting you so mad, like Naked Cord, or maybe it was an article that they read, and it's like, it brought you to like that.
Maybe it's just the weirdness of it all.
Maybe.
There's nothing straightforward about this magazine. The whole thing's a vibe, right?
Yeah. I mean, even this issue, the next issue, like issue 2, I'm like, I don't know where it's going to go. Like, I might not do another issue. Maybe I do like another 20 issues. I want to keep going. My goal was to do 10 because it's out of pocket for me. I'm not making any money. I'm losing a lot of money.
You're losing a lot of money and you're spending a lot of time.
Yeah.
But you're okay with it.
I mean, some people go dirt biking, man. Some people like mountain biking. Some people buy a brand new quad or like a jet ski.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have a magazine. So for me, it's just so enjoyable just to do it. And that feedback I get from the community, I mean, for the most part, it's so great. Everyone's just like, Coast needs this, or like, you know, people are supportive. It's so rad. Just everything in my core was like, I got to do this thing.
Or else.
Or else, like what? Like, what are you doing? Like, what am I working for? There's a creative part of me that I don't get to explore at work, you know? I have to make things that are very lineal and precise, and most of the time not my design. So it's like, how can I be loose and fast and not use a tape measure? Just stand back and squint and go, yeah, that's good. The point is like to connect. And if you don't want to connect, don't pick it up. It's like, just
put it back in the box.
Easy math, man, you know? This is just out in the ether. That's for us. The people live on the coast. It's just like, if you want to participate, you're more than welcome. You know, that can be in a negative aspect, or in a positive aspect, and you know, just telling me all my spelling mistakes. You know, like it can be that. So
it's Hackfish.
It's Hackfish, man. You're just hacking hard.
We'll get back to my chat with Tyler in just a sec, but first I want to introduce you to a new sponsor to Secret Sunshine. This show is now supported by Nico Coastal Homes, and that's none other than a good friend of mine and one of the region's, for real, top realtors. Realtor?
A realtor is fine.
Realtor. This is Nico. And then Nicole Arnett. Hi, Nico.
Hello.
Flipping through volume 1 of Hackfish Magazine right now. Do you remember picking it up the first time?
I sure do. Yeah, I was one of the first to snag my copy. Love it.
One of the things I like about you, and again, not just because you're friends, I noticed you're really plugged into the community. You're volunteering on all kinds of things. You're turning up at event after event. So as a realtor on the coast, how does that help you when you're working with clients who are thinking about moving here for the first time?
It's great for me to be able to give people context about what's going on, especially if you're coming from off coast. You really don't necessarily know. You've seen a home online, but you don't even know the rest of the street, let alone what's going on in these little pockets. So it really helps me because I get to be out there talking with people and doing stuff and kind of, fingers and all sorts of things. Get to let them know what their neighborhood would be like when they're there.
We've talked about how, like, obviously where you live will really change your life. So does that play early in your initial conversations with people who are thinking about making a move here?
Yeah, it definitely can. Especially, if people are looking to make a big move, whether that's off coast to here or a different neighborhood entirely that they're not familiar with, or just a different type of house. I try and understand what they're wanting out of this move beyond, the type of home and yard and whatever. It's like, okay, well, how do you want this to function for you? How do you want day to day to look? That's a great way to immediately get into the nitty gritty of like, okay, well, this is what this might look like for you. And here's some details to watch for. And lots of times the end result is nowhere near what they thought they wanted.
Really?
Yeah. And it's fascinating how often people fall in love with something and have something perfect for them that's completely different from the initial, this is what we need, which I love.
What's it like selling houses on the coast these days?
Oh, it's always fun. The coast never disappoints. There's more variety here than I think anybody would ever imagine.
So you'll be back for the next few episodes. We'll dive deeper into what it's like to buy and sell homes on the coast as we move forward. But for now, if someone is thinking about working with you, what are the top 3 words that defines the kind of person you are to work with?
Resourceful, detail-oriented, unfiltered.
That's Nicole Arnett, or Nico, with Nico Coastal Homes. Learn more about how and what it's like to work with her at nicolearnett.ca. She is a great human, and if you're in need of a realtor, Nico's really got your back, and she can't wait to show you why the coast is such a great place to live. By day, you're a metal fabricator?
By day, I do metal fab, like handrails and high-end home stuff,
What do you enjoy about that work?
I like making stuff with my hands. It's challenging. It's fun.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking for a change in the next few years. I don't want to weld too much longer.
How come?
It's just not good for you. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just ready to learn something else, get into bonsai or, start doing stained glass or something.
Right.
Something that's with my hands, but not me welding someone's hood vent for their kitchen.
Not as creative.
Although I will take those jobs if you're out there.
Yeah. The books are open.
I do have hydro bills and things like that to pay still. So
Right.
it's like keeping it, there's a reality portion too that has to just be there.
Are you like an itchy person?
What do you mean?
Like, are you always, is there this energy in you? It's like, what's the next thing I want to do? What's like, I've been doing this for a while, is what you're saying. You're feeling it, you do for a change.
Yeah.
Is that a rhythm that you've always sort of leaned into in your life?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never been conscious though. And now it's more because I don't have the time because I have children.
Right.
So it's a lot. When I was younger, you could just flow into the next thing, I could kind of just be like, I'm into this now. And I had so much time to allocate into doing your next thing. That's, like anything, if you put the time in, you could get good at it if you're interested enough.
Yeah.
I just don't have that now. Now it's like I have to think about, I have such a finite amount of energy to put towards a new thing. And at the same time, keeping up with my family and my obligations there.
So it's a story of trade-offs now.
Yeah, I think so. It's always been a flow thing my whole life, but now I think I'm just to be more realistic, I need to just change I still want to have that flow, but
A little choppy.
I don't have the time. So it's like, how do I flow without just pouring myself into something and still paying my bills over here? Yeah.
Yeah. So everything you're saying really resonates, but what's different here is in the middle of all that, you are making a magazine for the Sunshine Coast. So you've taken on this extra layer of expression that you felt you needed to do.
Yeah, it was a must actually.
Why was it a must?
I don't know, lots of reasons I think. Just like needing to be creative, I think. Like just really feeling like there's like a time frame where like you can feel creativity for myself. And there's a time where you just, if you ignore it, it's like, it just seems like such a waste to like let it go, you know, to not like do something with it. And I was born on the coast, but I hadn't been here for a long time. I had been raising my family with my partner in Vancouver. And when we came to the coast, I just was like, the coast was always sleepy and it was always cool and it had its own thing going on, but it was very quiet.
Yeah.
So I decided that I wanted to be part of the community more here. I just was really feeling that. And I had this idea. I was camping at Hotel Lake with my daughter one night, and I just had this idea where I want to do something on my own terms that's like print based. I love print. And I want to do something that people can dive into, and it'll be something to talk about. It will be also so odd. A lot of people might not like it. Some people hopefully will connect with it and hopefully maybe want to be a part of it. I don't know. It was my way of kind of like being involved in my own way.
In your own way.
You know, like I can be like, cool, I'm going to do this thing for myself and for my community at the same time. But it's a way to kind of put myself out there and mess around, you know, like I want to mess around. Everyone is so serious, so many bills, so much tension politically, so much. I sit on this issue and this is where you sit on this issue. It's very polarized. I feel like I wanted a magazine that just messes with everybody, you know, like
something that cuts through, or something that sort of sits on top of it or next to it.
something that it's okay to not get. Something that it's okay to just look at it and be like, what is this? What's the point of this? Like why? Like, why is this free? Why is there no ads? Why is this so weird? Why is there naked people in here? Why is there articles about climate change? The coast is so cutty too, man. There's so many barnacle-y people here. There's so many underground kind of chillers that are so rad and so creative and so interesting.
What is that? What's a barnacle-y person?
I don't even know. You know, I wanted it just to be about the coast because the coast is it's such a sick place to live. It's amazing, the quality of life here. So I wanted the coast to be my cool to draw from. And then the more I kind of started to dig in a bit, I was like, I don't know anything about writing or even how to lay out a magazine. You know, I'm no journalist, but there's just things that I see here that just like, they just pique my interest. And I'm so fascinated with, I don't know, the barnacle people.
The barnacle people.
I mean, maybe I'm not one of them quite yet. Maybe you have to be a coaster for longer to be a real coaster barnacle, but just those peeps you see that you're like.
Is that your ultimate form? Are you working to achieve the ultimate form of becoming a barnacle person in your life? Your final form?
I mean, I will be a barnacle for sure.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. There's so many, I don't know, I just see so many people on the coast that's so like, come as you are. Like if you go out here to like a party or if you go to the Legion, it's just like it's like a drum and bass night and you can be dancing next to like an 80-year-old guy.
Yeah.
You know, with sweatpants on that just like fell a tree in his yard and he's like covered in sawdust. And then you can be dancing next to some like 19-year-old kid from like Half Moon Bay that just rode his like Razor scooter here with LED lights and shit, you know, and headphones this big. It just shows how comfortable I think people are in like who they are as people. Maybe that for me was a lot of the magazine, just like a connection piece.
Right. I haven't really asked you the straightforward question, which is, what is Hackfish Magazine?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I don't even know. I have no idea. It's like when the first one was coming out, I was so...
About a year ago now, right?
I had been thinking about it for like 2 years, man. Like in my friend group, I had just been like, hackfish. Like, dude, I would use it. I wrote in my little journal, I was like, hey, I got to use hackfish 10 times a day in a sentence,
Oh, wow.
even if I'm with people that don't even know the word or
Why?
what I'm talking about, because it's hilarious. And it keeps me hacking. It keeps my vibe going on like, what is hack?
What is hackfish?
What is hackfish?
Did that word just pop into your head one day, or did it come out of
I
somewhere?
was talking to a friend of mine who was like a fly fisherman. He's pretty diehard dude.
Yeah.
And he was, I would think he went to Haida Gwaii or something, and just like, he would go in the snow and stuff and like fish all day, and it looked like hell.
Yeah.
But it was like his kind of heaven too. We started talking about being like a shitty fisherman, just being like a bad fisherman. He started talking about like fishing on the ocean too or something, and I was like, sounds like you're kind of like a hack fisherman. Like there's parts that you're good at, and there's parts that you're just like a total hack at that you suck at. So I started calling him Hackfish. I kind of like the ring of the name too. It just stuck with me. I was like, Hackfish, I like that. It's cool. And also just fishing on the coast is a huge thing too. And I'm like, I'm kind of down with this. This is a fun word. So
Yeah.
I just started messing around with the word, and then I started trying to think about what it meant and what I wanted it to mean, and
What do I do with
what it is, and I got my kids involved too, and they're just so creative, and they just have such a rad kid brain. They just think so differently.
Yeah.
So we just started hacking, man, and just talking about like what hackfish is. And it's like, there's like
there's a piece in the first
piece I wrote, in the first one called like, I'm a hackfish. It's kind of everybody. Like I tried to hit like,
Why don't you read a little bit of it?
it's like, I'm a reacher, I'm a hackfish. I'm a motor rebuilding son of a bitch, hack mother fish. I'm a gardening guru, namaste in my garden greenhouse, kind of hacky. I'm a hoarder hackfish. She's got love for Coast Reporter, kind of hackfish. They be a dreadlock, Rasta smoking herbs hackfish. Paint my mandala, kind of hack. I'm a cold plunge hack timer. I'm a well-read hack reader. I'm a sexy as hell hack fish. I'm a climb on my hog, crush some miles hard on my hog hack biker. I'm an e-bike preacher, commute in the winter hackfish. I'm a no shoe wearing hackfish. I'm a Facebook marketplace pimp hackfish. It goes on and on, man. Hackfish can be anything, man, to you,
There are no wrong answers.
There's no real wrong answers.
There are no answers.
Unless it's whack. Unless you're being rude.
Right.
Unless you're trying to exclude.
Bad attitude.
Exactly, man. So, the short and long answer is it's undefinable.
Tyler says he's just about ready to send the files of Volume 2 of Hackfish Magazine off to the printers. He's sending it to somebody in Vancouver, actually. He thinks it's important to try and print locally and print Canadian, which is another thing I really like about this guy. Anyway, he's looking at printing about 3,000 copies this time around. That's double the amount of Volume 1. So the odds that you'll get a copy has gone up by, what's the math, 50%? Do I have that right? Towards the end of September, beginning of October, keep an eye out around the coast for some strange-looking, hacked-up, weirdo newspaper boxes. And, well, don't be afraid of them. Get close to them, look for the handle, peek inside. If you're lucky, there will still be a copy inside there for you to take home, or not. Leave it there if it's not your vibe. That's, of course, totally fine. You'll find Hackfish Mag online on Instagram and at hackfishmag.ca. Those are useful because that's how you can find ways to reach out to Tyler directly, give him some feedback, tell him about his spelling mistakes maybe, or make submissions for future editions of the magazine. Get involved, get hacky with it, become a barnacle person. Thanks again to Nico at Nico Coastal Homes for sponsoring Secret Sunshine. Find her at nicolearnett.ca. Find me at secretsunshine.ca or wherever you get your podcasts, including video editions on YouTube. Secret Sunshine is produced and hosted by me, Dominic Gerard. The show theme is composed and performed by Max Henry. I'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of Secret Sunshine. And that's with a pair of guests that I'm sure you will be delighted to meet. Was that a clue? I don't know. Find out in 2 weeks. Okay, bye.